Well, I certainly appreciate her writing style. I've really enjoyed that, and she's very concise and very witty, and so the style, I think, and her perspective on things has been, I've really enjoyed that, and I think this will be a great book because I really just wanted to showcase some of her great storytelling ability. It's a very enjoyable book to read, a lot of wisdom lays throughout, but also just a lot of just humor and just fun. And I think that's one of the things as a parent we really hoped each of our kids would develop. It was just a great sense of humor. I think that comes when you're thriving, when you're enjoying your childhood, you enjoy what you do, you have the time just to enjoy, have fun and to laugh. And so that comes through a lot, I think, through her writing as well. And it's always great to get that perspective. As parents, you always see things from one side, and to see the child's perspective, even though you're looking at the very same event, has been very refreshing.
Yeah, I think we've learned a lot about each other, and through the whole process of writing this book, I think we've been able to really articulate some things that we'd always done, but we'd never really necessarily consciously thought about. And so I think I've learned a lot about him and about myself, and even just like some of the stuff I feel like we're learning kind of as we go along and as we've been really working on the material for this book.
And we didn't realize what rebels we were at times. People look at our kids, they've all turned out great, and so people say, well, how did you do that? And you start to look at all the stuff that you did as a parent, and you realize most parents didn't do that. Like rules. Most parents think, well, if you had such good kids, you must have a lot of rules, a lot of restrictions, you kept a tight rein on these children so they didn't stray. It was just the opposite. I don't think our kids probably had 3 rules.
Two.
We didn't have a curfew. You ask them what time, we didn't have a bedtime. It's just amazing. But, a lot of people, that really shocks them because they think we must have been mayhem in your house. But we always aimed at character instead of rules. And I know parents who pride themselves in lots of rules, and they're always aware of their kids and spying on them and checking up on them. But that oftentimes is a reflection of poor parenting. That because they've never been able to speak to their kids' heart and character, they've got to surround them with a police force to make sure that they follow the rules. And so a lot of things we did, I think even as we were writing this book, we began to look and to say, but it's actually kind of shocking how many times we veered away from conventional wisdom and did it differently. But at the end of the day, the product is great. And for us, it wasn't about, you can get to the end a number of different ways. It's about the product. Are you pleased with how your kids have turned out? And if you are, there's various ways to parent your kids to get there. You just have to pick the one that's going to work for that particular child.